we are live.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's session of Sins of the Fallen, where we last left off. The party had finished up their business in the capital city of Orana and started making their way to the cities of Exada and Ithaca on their way to the northwest. However, during their travels, they pass through a small wooded area to try and avoid some of the bigger towns, one of them being the town where the asylum that they were all imprisoned at was located, and quickly got lost as this small wooded area seemed to be a portal into a magical forest that seems to travel around by itself. They met a little blue creature named Fizdin that they kept calling a Smurf, even though he's not a Smurf, who explained to them the rules of the forest, that the forest itself is lost, in addition to people becoming lost in it. And if you don't leave the forest by the time the sun sets, then when the forest moves, you will find yourselves coming out of the forest in a completely different part of the world. So the party set out trying to find the exit to the forest while getting split up in the process. One group found some little forest spirits outside of a mine. Another group found some red caps that attacked them, and then they tried to start a fire, which drew the attention of a guardian of the forest, a quaddle that did not want to give its name, and helped them reunite with the party, and told them that inside the mine, they should find how to get out of the forest, as this is the Mine of Wishes. And so we pick back up with the party leaving behind their horse and wagons and heading into the mine. So, last time we had a marching order. Is this marching order still correct? Anyone want to make any changes to the marching order?
Oh god, I was like, what is happening? What is appearing on my screen?
Works for me.
Works for me.
I was on mute. Yes, I think that should be fine.
All right. I'm assuming you're bringing light sources, seeing how Ruby is the only one that can see in the.
I have a torch.
I cast the light spell.
I'll cast Produce Flame.
Perfect. All right. So you make your way into the mine. You get to the kind of intersection that Ruby had scouted out before, where there seems to be 3 tunnels that go for the mine.
I'll lead them towards the light I had seen before. It was to the right, right?
Where we heard the guy mining was to the right, if I'm correct.
All right. Yeah, you head down the tunnel to the right, and after a little bit, Ruby, you would start to hear the sound of a pickaxe hitting stone again. And as you descend deeper down this tunnel, you can see that it looks like there's a lot of little holes kind of carved into this large tunnel. And you can see a glowing blue light coming from one of the holes at the far end of the tunnel where it ends. And that is also where you are hearing the kind of mining sound of pickaxe against stone.
So, do we need to find the guy first? Briganok? Is that right? Maybe?
Yes, the Quaddle told you that the blue light that you saw in the mine was something called a Briganok, which should lead you to the keeper of the stone.
Okay, and then the guy can help us find the untapped wish we need.
Yes.
Okay, I have it written in reverse in my notes, like, so I just wanted to double check. And I guess we go towards the light.
All right. So yeah, you kind of like go down, and you can see this what looks to be this 6-inch diameter hole that this blue light is coming out of. And as you kind of stare down this hole, you can see just a glowing blue ball of light deep down in this hole.
Should we try to touch it?
Well, it's really deep in there, like deeper than
It's
your
really
arm
deep
can
in there.
reach. Yeah.
Okay. How big is the hole?
6 inches in diameter.
Okay. That's anyone?
I think my hand's a little too big.
Who knows what could be in that hole?
I mean, do we have any other options?
Suppose we could get trapped here forever.
Doesn't seem like the worst option.
No, it's a terrible idea. There's not even a bathroom here.
You need a bathroom. I mean, I can't help you with that, but I could just use the floor.
Gross.
Do you have any thoughts?
I don't want to go sticking my hand into things. In a mine shaft. Seems like a really quick way to lose a hand.
Do you have any other ideas then?
Not really. This is just a strange situation altogether.
Maybe Cat can turn into something small enough to get down in there and get it.
Yeah, because they said we just need to that the blue light can lead us. So I think that means we need to try and grab it. I mean, we could try digging if we don't want to send Cat down the hole by herself.
Well, looks like I will be here in spirit through Mole Alpha.
Fun.
I mean, we can try digging it. Do we have anything that we can dig with?
Anyone got a shovel?
I have hands.
I think I left that in my other Explorer's pack, sorry.
I don't know. I feel like I could MacGyver something out of a crowbar and a hammer, but
Are there any tools lying around in here? I'm going to assume probably not, but
It's possible. It is a mine shaft.
and we've heard the sound of mining.
You currently hear the sound of
Yeah.
how close does the sound?
Well, it's coming from the hole, and from what you can gather, the blue light that's in the hole is about 15 feet away.
That's going to be a lot of digging.
Especially if we don't have the right tools.
Exactly. And I'm assuming it's mostly rock.
It is mostly rock.
Then, yeah, we'd sit here. Even if we had a pick, we'd be here for hours.
Is there a way to move the rock with magic?
I mean, I can make rock. If there was like a rock, I could make a rock lighter, but I can't just make the, whole thing lighter.
Can Cat do anything to move rocks? Move earth?
Does she have? Her sheet's taking a minute to load. Hang on. Huh. Oh, she has mold earth. What a gamer.
Hey.
Amazing.
Yeah, I guess we'll just get Cat to mold earth.
Alright. Does mold earth work on rock?
Well, here, let me. It says dirt or stone.
Oh, okay. Hmm. So here's the thing.
Oh no.
It specifically says if the area is of loose earth, which I don't know if like hard stone would be considered loose earth. Like gravel or like dirt or anything like that, like I can see as loose earth. So like just the idea of just like cutting a block of stone out of the wall. That one doesn't sound right to me.
What do you mean?
But if
For
we
like,
can,
for like the level of like a cantrip. Like if he had like stone shape, which is like an actual like leveled spell, which is a little higher level than what you guys can cast anyway, 4th level spell. Maybe.
okay,
Yeah, because like essentially what you're doing is you're making a passage through stone, and that's literally something that stone shape can do, and even then that only works with stone shape if it's like there's already an open space on the other side of the stone.
okay. What was that? Okay.
Yeah, so I would rule that this is a little outside the realm of stone shape of mold earth.
But if we could find a way to break up the rocks, she could move them.
Yeah, then you could do
Okay.
it. But then you just have to find a way of breaking up the rocks.
Well, I'm gonna ask again. Is there any tools laying around anywhere?
Go ahead and make an investigation check at disadvantage. All right. Yeah, you don't find any tools here. You would deduce that any tools would probably be in some kind of like depot where they would keep those tools instead of just lying around mineshaft.
Do we want to try one of the other paths, or do we want to send Cat down as a creature and see if anything happens when she touches it?
I mean, knowing her, if she was here, she'd be like, I'll go!
Yeah, she probably would, honestly.
Yeah, so you know what? Why not?
All right, what animal is Cat turning into?
I mean, whatever would be small enough to fit through this hole.
Would a rat work?
Preferably
Yeah.
something with dark vision, just in case.
Let's say any tiny beast would be able to fit in here.
Yeah, like a little mouse.
Yeah, we'll turn her into like a mouse or a rat or something.
All right.
Rats
Yeah,
have dark vision. She'd become a rat.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
other than me, you'll be here in about 10-ish minutes.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Oh, this is her other wild shape for the day, so we're down to 0 after this one.
Yep. All right. So she turns into a rat, and she scampers down the hole, and she moves right up to this little glowing ball of light. And as she gets closer, the sound of like mining gets louder and louder for her. And she just kind of like touches it with her little rat hand, and the mining sounds stop as the little ball kind of moves away as something on the other side of the ball kind of like squeezes past it. And Cat, as a rat, sees a little, like 5-inch tall, bipedal mouse creature wearing clothes with a little pickaxe in its hand. And this little mouse person looks at Cat, who's a rat, and then says, in common, Are you okay, mate? Did you lose your clothes?
You lose your clothes?
He's a little mouse person.
He's a little mouse wearing clothes.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I misunderstood. I didn't get the mouse part. I was like, why the fuck would you ask a mouse if they lost their clothing? I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I guess in its head, because unless it converse via squeaking, but because she can still do, yeah, she's done that before, so yeah. I guess yeah, in its mind, it'll just hear like, no, I'm like this all the time. I was gonna say something like my clothes are under my skin, but that sounds really weird.
I'll be buggered. A psychic nudist. Never thought I'd meet one of you. That's an unusual combination.
Psychic nudist. I guess then she will make the comment about how her clothes are under her skin, but wait, more importantly, why are you wearing clothes?
Well, you could say I'm a bit more modest than you are, I guess.
Never met a mouse who wore clothes before.
Mouse.
Yeah?
Wait a second. You don't have a light.
I have this light right here. Gestures to the blue one.
That's my light.
Oh, this is awkward. Well, we were sent in here for a light.
Sent? Sent by who?
A big flying snake thing outside. we were in the forest, and then it said we shouldn't stay in the forest, or else we'd end up somewhere else outside of the forest.
What? You were sent by the Keeper of the Wind and Leaves?
Yeah! Her. Is that
Huh.
a bad thing?
No, it's just... I guess it's a little surprising.
Why is that?
Well, she doesn't usually have anything to do with us.
Us being the people that live in this mine shaft? Or the things that live in this mine shaft?
Well, yeah.
Why not? Are you guys not on good terms?
No, I wouldn't say we weren't on good terms. It's just... like... she's the Keeper of the Wind and the Leaves. There's not a lot of wind and weaves underground.
We didn't leave her with the best impression, and she wanted to, I guess, have us out of her hair. Feathers, scales.
Did you start a fire?
Maybe.
Yeah, she don't like fire in the forest.
Yeah. We figured that out. Anyways, yeah, she told us to come in here, find a light, and that would help us get out of here.
Like, get out of the mine?
Out of the forest? I think?
Oh, you're not from the forest.
No. No, we were accidental visitors.
Alright. I think I understand now. Well, don't really know what I could do. I guess if you want, I can, I can take you to the Keeper under the hill. Keeper of Stone and Metal.
Can we all get there? It's more than just me. But the rest of them are big.
Oh. Got some companions, eh? Well, it'll take a little longer, but we can take the big tunnels.
Big tunnels would be good.
Ask him where he got his clothes.
You can, because it's you. Go ahead.
I know, but I don't fully know what's going on, and you were doing so good.
Well, to give you a tiny recap, we obviously went into the mines, then we found a little hole, and through this little hole we saw the blue light that we were looking for, and then there was no way for us to get to it other than make something small. So it's you. You are a rat. Here, and then you walked up to the blue light, and then this little mouse gentleman, who I still don't actually, I forgot to ask him his name,
Classic.
Classic
Yeah.
cat.
was like, yo, what's up? Where are your clothes? Who are you? And then also was like, you don't have a light. And then I was like, but there's this light. And he's like, that's my light. And then explained to him that we were sent here
Got it.
by the Kodal. And then, yeah. Now we're going to take the big tunnels.
2 more questions before we go then.
Alright.
First question. What's your name?
Oh. My name's Stevert.
Hi, Stevert. Next one.
What's
Where
your
did-
name?
Oh, I'm Cat.
It's an odd name for a mouse.
Yep. But it's mine. And where did you get your outfit?
Oh. I guess the tailor made it for me?
Okay, follow-up question. What tailor?
The company tailor?
Like in here?
Yeah. He makes the clothes for all the miners.
Oh, okay, cool. Wanna meet my big friends?
Sure. I'll have to follow you. You're kind of taking up the rest of the space here.
Right, this way, and I'll go back to the party. If he was a mouse, why did you make me a rat?
Well, I
We
mean,
didn't
a
see
mouse.
him at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
And I was like, what has dark vision and is small? Rat.
All right. So, a minute later, you guys watch as Cat the rat leaves the tunnel, followed by a bipedal mouse creature wearing clothes and has a little mini pickaxe with a little ball of light floating behind him.
I'll say to Kit, I made a friend. His
Just like-
name is, and I already forgot it.
Nice.
I know, Stevie. He's gonna lead us to the light. And then I'll look at Stevie and I'll say, this one is my sister. We're best buds.
I can see the resemblance.
Yes. Now, lead on, please.
Kid just like looks down as like everybody else sees the mouse wearing clothes, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
I've seen Stranger.
Then a mouse wearing clothes? With a ball of light following it around in a mine shaft in a moving forest? That goes on forever? And consumes all in its path? You've seen Weirder? Really?
Yeah, I can bring you to Strathmore.
Where the fuck did you grow up if this is not as weird as it gets?
I just said Strathmore.
Yeah, I know, but Mike, what's there?
Lots of bad stuff. At least now. Anyway, it's not the time for that. We need to just find where we need to go.
I guess we follow this mouse, Stevie.
Or we can put the mouse on our shoulder or just carry it and we can go faster than waiting for a mouse to slowly walk through a giant cave.
Mice are quick.
Stevia, the mouse.
I'll ask him, Stevie, would you prefer to walk or be carried?
Well, I'm not really tired, but if it'll make it easier on your big friends here, I don't mind riding on someone's shoulder.
Oh, I will relay the message.
Do we all hear the mouse talking?
Oh, yeah, does he
the
talk?
the
Yeah.
talk speaks out loud in common. It's just
Oh,
The talk speaks out loud?
What?
You said the talk.
Oh, did I?
Yes, the mouse speaks out loud is what you meant.
The talk speaks out loud in common. I was like, oh yeah, Mike, really?
listens.
I am tired.
It's all good.
The mouse is not tired, but Mike is.
Yeah.
Yes, the mouse, Stevie, speaks out loud in common. He's just responding to Cat, who is speaking psychically.
Kid's gonna look around at the group and be like, everyone sees the mouse in clothes and hears the mouse in clothes talking, right?
Yes.
Just double checking.
Kid, I thought I was the one that was worried about going insane again. You sure you were okay over there?
Look, I get enough with one small talking creature in my life.
That's
Two,
I,
actually.
Excuse me? I would prefer if you stop calling me a mouse, because I'm not a mouse.
That is very rude of us.
Oh yeah, it's really rude of us. Mouse calling the mouse, yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, how would you feel if I called you a giant? Are you a giant?
To your perspective, probably.
We're not actually giants, Kit. I think that's his point.
Okay, but if he's not a mouse, then what is he? Because he looks like a mouse.
Kit, you're talking about him like he's not even here when he's right here.
Yeah, I
But he's
can
not-
understand you.
Yeah.
Your sister's not very nice.
She's not usually like this.
Having a day.
We haven't even had the day.
I know,
I had the
exactly.
day.
I climb onto Kit.
Every day I'm losing my sister somewhere in the world, okay? Every day is a day for me.
It wasn't my fault.
Not this one.
Yes.
You have a preference on who you ride with?
Wait, I'm sorry, I feel like we've skipped over something. If you're not a mouse, what are you?
He kind of plants his feet with his pickaxe, and he's like, "I am a briganock."
See, that's what we were looking for. I suppose we should have assumed that, huh?
Man, I'm good
Probably.
at finding things.
And your name's Stevie? Is that what Kat's been saying?
Yeah, Stever, but you can call me Stevie, I guess.
Alright then. Stevert of the Briganock. Do you have a preference on who you ride with?
Hmm. I want to ride with you, because you have a light. Referring to Ruby. And by light, he's referring to your hair.
Alright then. And I'll kneel down and put my hand out.
And he steps onto your palm.
Alright, so do we need to go back the way we came?
Well, I suppose so. If we're taking the big tunnels, we have to go back to the junction before we can head down the rock town.
Alright. Shall we then? Everyone?
Yeah, let's go.
Woo!
Squeak.
Woo!
All right. So
Start walking.
you start walking. Yeah, and Stevie leads you through the mine And it's a good thing that you follow the directions to find the guide, because he does take you through many junctions and a confusing sequence of twists and turns that you most likely would have gotten lost without his help. And you finally come to part of a tunnel that looks to be caved in.
Uh-oh.
Do the rocks look movable?
Do they look
Either-
perchance moldable?
Either by hand or by magic.
Possibly.
Does it look like it would bring down this area if we did move?
Great
Yeah.
question.
I guess that would be either investigation or survival.
Oh no.
No, the dreaded S word.
I said or.
Can any of us make that check?
Sure.
Okay.
I can go for a +1 investigation because of the cursed +6. Oh, nice. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, it's still cursed. Well, for me.
Really glad this isn't on my shoulders anymore.
Yeah. Knew I should have taken nature instead.
All right. Both B and Ruby, the two of you could tell that shifting the stone in a way without like first kind of setting up supports would cause it to rock slide again, which could cause more damage and have the whole tunnel collapse instead of just this section.
Great.
We relay that.
Checking bag of holding.
I don't know what we're gonna use to make supports, and I have a feeling going into the forest and chopping down trees is a terrible idea. It's probably very far away at this point too, huh? We've been walking for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at our little brigand friend and just be like, is this supposed to be here like this?
Well, usually we use our own tunnels, not the big tunnels. So it's been a while since I've been in this part of the mine, but Rocktown is just on the other side of this slide here. Just gonna clear the rubble.
I mean, I can mold earth, but I don't want us to die.
I like that I keep looking at my inventory like something is gonna
I know.
magically appear.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like when you go to the, it's like when you go to the fridge, open it, there's nothing. You close it, you go back, open it, you're like, fuck, nothing changed.
Maybe there's something now. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something
Absolutely
just
what I'm
appeared in my
doing.
fridge. Yeah, that's a mood. That's a mood.
Do you think we could spot, or you could find. I don't know if I'm asking this in character or not. I'm sorry. It's been a day. I'll ask Ruby. Do you think if it's not safe, we could move like only like some rocks and not all of them and get by? Without support, since we don't have those.
Does it look like there's a spot? If B and I take a little bit of a closer look? Like if we just moved rocks like on one side and made like a small tunnel for us to crawl through? Except Malkir's pretty bulky.
Yeah, without supports, you wouldn't really be able to make anything long enough for the whole party to get through.
I have a stupid, silly idea.
Those are the best ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We wait.
My idea was like look for sticks. So I think your idea is probably gonna be
Yeah,
better.
that was all I had in my head too. I was like, sticks? Question mark?
I don't know. We wait an hour, second short rest. I become something really big, so I'm supporting the roof. We clear it
That
out.
was also my other thing. I was like, maybe we just like what we did last campaign, when we just brute force our way through things.
Yeah. We clear it out. You guys run. I de-transform, or I don't even have to de. I switch transform into something really fast and run like crazy.
This is
yes.
next level.
The Vanya method.
This can't possibly go wrong.
Brute force.
I mean, we've got some rope, and we've got
good,
some,
you can yank me. I'll become something small.
and we've got some. I have some pythons. Can we make some kind of supports out of that?
Oh, I guess that works too. Wait, Stevie works here. Maybe he knows where some supports are.
He works here.
She's not wrong.
I know, it's just funny to say it that way, and like this little mouse works here, right?
Not a mouse.
He's a fucking mouse. Shut up.
He's not a mouse.
He
Why
is.
are elephants challenge rating 4?
Because they're elephants. I feel like that's pretty.
Stever, is there anywhere we can get supports nearby?
Well, we have to backtrack a little bit, but I think there's an old depot around here.
Got nothing but time, really.
Actually, you don't.
I was about to say, do we? We really don't.
Well, I mean, down here.
I think
Are
we're
we
still
fine?
technically-
Oh, we're still stuck by the daytime thing.
when
Yeah.
you're underground, the sun doesn't move.
The sun only moves when kids
Yeah.
looking at it.
Exactly.
You were part of massa.
Yeah, but there's a lot of clouds above our city, so the sun
Yeah, we
really
can't
isn't.
tell.
That's just not. And look, I mean, I'm with like the stars and space and stuff. The sun that's out of there.
The sun isn't in
Yep.
space.
Nope.
The sun's not a star?
Also not a star. Get that shit
I
out of
was gonna
here.
say-
It's the sun. What are you talking about?
I'm stars. You're gravity.
Right.
Yeah, Q of
And the
this
sun's
group
not
is
part of
slowly dropping.
constellations. Get that shit out of here.
You would think, as the Graviturgist wizard, you would know
Nah.
about the thing with the greatest gravity.
Nah,
The fucking sun.
that's not how that works.
Oh my god. God, this is like FCG thinking the world is flat.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have to backtrack. I don't think we've got another option.
I'm trying to find the biggest thing I can turn into. Can I short rest in my sister's pocket?
I guess.
Nice. I do that.
Because you're high enough level for your druid shape to last long enough to short rest.
Yeah. I will begin that while they do whatever. 'cause I'm
Okay.
alright.
Take a nap in the pocket. All right. So you guys backtrack. Stevie takes you past a few other junctions. And you come to a kind of dusty looking depot area where there is a bunch of mining equipment. So pickaxes, supports, even a mine cart or two.
We load up on supplies, and we walk back.
All right. Go ahead and make a... Say, whoever wants to, whoever's helping with like the gathering of the equipment, make a investigation check. Classic.
Yep.
Wow.
I like clicked the button twice and nothing happened. Cool, hang on. Oh, fucking Christ,
There it
okay.
is. All right. So Kit, you're kind of like moving around some pickaxes. When you see something on the ground behind the pickaxes, and as you kind of move a pickaxe out of the way, you find the unmoving, lifeless form of another Briganock.
Ooh. Does he happen to have a light with him? Or
He
is it
does
just the
not.
dead body?
It's just
Okay.
the dead body.
How long does it look like he's been dead?
Is
Is he
a
like
medicine.
really like stiff and gross looking?
Make a medicine check at disadvantage.
Is it bad that my immediate thought was like, take him so we can put him in the bag of holding later and sell him?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Bring him to Sniff. Okay, Sniff, look what I got for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Head mouse.
Sniff. He's not a mouse.
Not a mouse.
Sniff will think it's a fucking mouse.
All right. With your medicine check, you can it's been a bit, maybe somewhere between like it's I'd say like maybe sometime in the last 24 hours. Yeah, but not recent.
I'll sort of just like look over my shoulder and feel like, where is wow, I just keep thinking stevia in my brain. That's the only thing.
That-
Just can
Beaver!
Stevia?
Stevert. I can just keep thinking of as Stevia.
Stevia.
Oh my god, this poor old guy. Found by this bunch of idiots.
Yeah. It's still just with Ruby.
Yeah, just holding him in
Yep.
my
He's
hand.
just hanging out with Ruby. Okay, I'll look into my pocket because I guess that's where my sister is, and I'll just be like,
Yep.
"Hey."
Huh? I'm sleeping. I roll over.
I found a dead one.
A dead what? Pop head out.
Dead Briganaut.
Oh. That's sad. Do we take him for sniff?
God.
I
My
know.
god, I know this is our evil campaign.
I was like, bro,
Okay.
what do you mean? This is perfectly in character.
I know.
Sorry, that was loud. My crunch. I don't know if you heard it. I might have probably. Anyway.
I think that might not work well in our favor.
Then why'd you wake me up?
Well, I don't know. I thought you were gonna have a better idea than let's freaking take his body.
When do I have good ideas? I come up with the dumb ideas that get me in trouble. Or lost.
Yeah, okay. Close their pocket.
Hey!
Go to sleep.
I need to sleep so I can be something really big and hold up the wall. The roof.
I'm just gonna look over my shoulder at Ruby, and in her mind, she's just gonna hear, "Hey, Ruby, I found a dead one."
And then immediately after in your head, I know it's not to me, but you still hear because I was just thinking it before you talked to her. You should probably tell Stevie though.
Just ignore Cat. I was like, damn it. It's like, just maybe before you bring him over, give him a heads up so it's not. I mean, it's probably gonna be shocking, but maybe not as shocking.
And you see Ruby just kind of nod, and then holds Stevert a little closer, that they can be like eye-ish level. And she says, "There's not a good way to tell you this, Stevert, but I think some of my friends have found one of your kind. They're not still alive. Do you want to go over there?"
Yeah, I should probably know who it is so I can tell the others.
And I'll walk over towards Kit and Cat.
I'm tempted to, but I feel like it would not go over well if I picked this thing up by its tail, so I'll just leave
Oh
it
my
where it
God.
is.
God!
You actually don't see a tail because they wear pants.
They don't have a pocket or like a hole for the tail to poke out of?
If you look
Poor design.
closely, you can
Are they
see
Dragon
the
Ball
tail.
Z yet?
Yeah, the tail is wrapped around them like a belt to keep the
Oh.
pants up.
That just seems painful.
It's really cute.
Yeah. You lower down, and Stevert looks at the curled up form of the dead Briganock and he says, "Ah, that's Ard. He's been missing. He's been missing for a few days. We've actually, we've been having a problem in the mine. Brigandocs keep going missing.
I take it you guys aren't the only things to live in this mine.
Well, no, we're not, but usually we don't have a problem with the other denizens of the mine. But it seems someone's been going after Brigandoc, and it's only Brigandoc that go missing. None of the other miners go missing.
That's weird.
Mike, I have a question.
Sure.
Would wild shape and or shape change make us able to turn into a Briganock?
Wait, say that again. What?
Wild shape or changeling shape change?
Well, what's the wording on the changeling shape change? Do you have to be a humanoid?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Got it.
Also, I don't think we can become tiny.
Oh, they're tiny.
Yeah,
They're
I
probably
think
not beasts.
like
Got it.
maybe in combination it could work because like you would turn into a tiny creature and then changeling shape into a different tiny creature.
Can I
But-
do that?
Well, that's why I asked if the changeling specifies if it has to be a human.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's it.
Okay.
I'm resting in a pocket.
Are there any like wounds on Ard?
Make a medicine check. Not that you can see.
Okay. Do you find all of those that go missing? Or do they just go missing?
Sometimes we find them, sometimes we don't.
There's been nothing else weird going on. Just Briganock going missing.
Well, that seems it's a relatively recent problem. Only been happening the last 2 weeks or so. Uh, the keeper's been uh real stressed about it because though the other miners are good at mining, they're not as good as the Briganock. So
there anything else in here that seems out of the ordinary? I say that like I would have any clue what ordinary is supposed to
Right.
be. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I realized that after I said it. Don't worry about it. Should we take him with us?
Mm. I'd say just you can bury him here. As long as he returns to the stone. That's as suitable funeral as any of us deserve.
Well, we now have tools for digging, so
Yeah, you grab a shovel and make a small hole to put art in, and then
Yeah.
bury him. Yeah, it takes like 5 minutes. Right, well, we've spent enough time here. I'm sure you're all in a hurry.
Yeah.
Let's go clear the way. Alright, so you guys load up on tools to clear the way and head back to the caved in tunnel.
we'll head back.
Yep.
Yep, you
With
you
our
are there.
stuff.
Yeah, you make it back there, no problems. Stevert shows you the way again. And you guys get to work.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'd say this would be a strength-based survival check. So,
Ooh. Ooh. That's
Oh
a
boy.
combination of everything we're bad at. Mike's really out here
Good.
like, I see how you guys consistently make yourselves not strong, not survival based. I will always incorporate these two things into every challenge I give you to make you simply suffer.
Well, unless you can think of a more clever way of dealing with it.
Can it be? Okay. Here's my pitch.
Okay.
If we're trying to figure out like, because it's not just the strength portion like to clear it, but we also have to know where to put the supports in the right place. So could we do an intelligence-based survival check?
I mean, with that logic, it would just be like a normal wisdom-based one then. Less intelligence, more wisdom. It's trying to kind of suss out where the supports need to go.
True.
Yeah.
Has an hour passed
An
since we
an
left?
hour has not passed. It's been like half an hour.
Well, could I use mold earth? So keep it wisdom. Or could I use mold earth to assist someone?
You can do mold earth to assist a person.
Okay.
So like instead of you rolling, you would be assisting someone, and then they would have advantage on their strength-based survival. Which really, I was gonna initially just make it a strength check, but I was like, survival would help if you have it.
Whoever
Could
is
they
gonna
use my
be
survival proficiency?
No.
Dang it. If I'm directing them? Okay.
What were you gonna say, Kit?
I was gonna say, can I? Because whoever say is like making this check, can I? Because this is weird. Because it's like a group activity, but like one of us is rolling.
Well, I was gonna make it a group check where everybody rolls.
Oh,
the
okay,
amount
okay,
of
okay.
Successes versus failures will decide how successful you are.
Oh, okay. Because I can adjust density on someone to give them advantage on strength checks. So maybe somebody who's like in the middle ground that wouldn't necessarily fail, but maybe won't like someone who's eh.
I also have guidance. Can I
'Cause, like,
guidance and
yeah.
assist?
Because I'm like a sweet +0, so I feel like risking it on myself is just not worth it. Versus if I risk it on someone who's like a +2, it's a little better.
Kat, I would say you can guidance one person and then cast the mold earth, like in the moment helping.
Okay.
Because guidance lasts for a minute, I believe. It's not it's not a short duration.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I have a +1. I'm so strong, guys.
I think Felcrum's our strongest person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
Question.
We've been over that many times.
I know, but like consistently between our group's campaigns, there's always only one strong person, all right? And so I just gotta.
We know who it is. Our one strong.
I mean, sometimes all you need is one strong person, but other
Orange
times,
Druid who can wild shape into something big.
I can't. I didn't finish short resting.
I know, it's okay. So I'm not so worried about Felcrum succeeding. Who's like in the middle?
I don't think there is a middle. I think it's
that's my
Felcrum and then the
+1.
rest of us.
Oh my god.
I mean, Malkir has a +1.
Malkir
Yeah.
and Cat both are at strength of
Hey.
13.
I'm just as strong as Malkir.
Wait, are they second place?
Yes.
Yes,
Are they tied for? Oh my god.
Beatrice is next with 12. Kit and
Disaster.
Casper and Ruby all at 11.
Okay, change of plans. Can I assist myself,
Yeah, I was gonna
With
say you help
Mulder.
yourself.
Mulder?
No, you wouldn't be able to assist yourself.
Dang it. Can we wait 30 minutes?
I mean, we're going to start running out of time if we're not careful.
But I already did half a short rest. Okay. Then I'm for plan. Oh, well, that wouldn't work. We don't know how long it's going to take to do this anyway.
Do you want to finish your rest while the rest of us get started?
I guess that wouldn't be a bad idea. And then I can help finish quicker if you're not done by the time. And then if you are, I'll have wild shapes for other stuff anyway. In case there's other cave-ins. But I feel bad. Okay.
I feel like being able to change will be more useful, so you do that.
Okay. Good night again. I can go lay in like the side of the room and chill out and watch them work.
I guess the rest of us get started.
All right, then I guess I will adjust density myself.
Nice.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, no, I'll give it to Malkir because he's not gonna be. Yeah, okay, no, I'll give it to Malkir with his speed
Okay.
+1.
All right. So Malkir is being helped by you, so he has advantage.
Wait, can I still use my? Oh no, I'm a rat.
Yeah,
Wait, I don't need to be a rat while I'm resting.
You
Can I
don't.
still
No, you
use my cantrips to help someone, or would that not work?
I would say no because you're kind of like actively like doing stuff, even if it is just casting cantrips.
Okay. What about one cantrip?
Yes.
I give guidance to my sister.
All right.
Nice. Let's go +0.
Wait. So
Yeah.
is Kit also rolling, or are you just helping Malkir?
Well, I'm just casting adjust density on Malkir, so that doesn't
Okay.
require me to like sit there and constantly like, it's
Oh, yeah, I guess-
concentration, but I
yeah.
don't think I need to be like actively focusing on it.
All right. So then, as Cat rests, I'll have everybody else make me a strength check. If you have survival, you can add your proficiency bonus to it.
That's only if you're proficient in survival. Nice.
Yes,
All right, so this is a sweet. Oh, but I get guidance, which is what, a D4?
a D4,
Yep.
Oh boy.
and then I can roll for
Oh,
Malkir.
yes!
Yes!
23!
Nice.
You're so strong.
I put on my big girl pants. Wanting to get out of this fucking cave.
All right.
Puts her hair up in a ponytail. It's like, alright! Time to move on the shit out of this.
All right. So that is 2 successes and 4 failures.
Oh. I should have helped. Oh well.
You will help in 30 minutes.
All right. So I'd say like 10 minutes into like you guys working and doing, to be honest, a mediocre job at it. Stever just says, "Never of you ever mined before?"
Turn around and look at this tiny little fucking briganaut and just be like, do we look like we've mined before?
Well, I wasn't sure before, but now I'd say no.
Very astute of you.
You'd be correct, yes.
Well, would you like me to help? Seeing how you're all in a hurry and all.
That would be fantastic.
Yes, thank you.
Were you standing here watching us struggle this entire time? It just now occurred to you? Never mind.
There's no reason to be rude.
In her mind, she's like, I'm arguing with a fucking mouse.
All right. Well, do me a favor and just place the supports next to the rocks, like so. Do you
We
place
do
them?
so.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
do
No
so,
response.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just Silence. All right. Everyone stand back. And then you watch as the small form of Stevert the Briganock becomes a blur as he just rapidly just starts like mining out like a almost like a perfect like tunnel way just through the rocks, rapidly running back and forth from the supports, placing them in place as he makes a small little passage through the rock slide, and a couple seconds later he zips back to the point he was standing in. He says, "All right, should be clear to pass through now."
That was impressive.
That was really impressive.
Well, as my pappy always said, if you're looking to dig a rock, call a brig a knock.
That's cute.
Really cute. We'll make our way through.
All right.
I still didn't finish.
Oh, what's that?
I said I don't think I finished if it was only 10 minutes.
No, you did not.
Falcrum, can you piggyback me? After working for 10.
Wow.
I'm really regretting turning into a snake to trade it for a skill that just feels like a curse at this point. As I just like slump against his back before he even answers.
Oh, then I guess I will, since you've literally already jumped on.
Yeah! I know how to get what I want. I'm greedy.
Okay.
It's okay. You can give me a piggyback ride later.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
So-
I'll just turn into a horse.
Oh no.
To turn into a pig.
Oh, you right. You right. Next time.
All right. So, seeing how Cat is now on top of Fulcrum, as you go to make your way through the passage, I need you to make an acrobatics check to squeeze through with this person on you.
First.
Okay, you make it.
Wow, then I didn't even guidance you. I'm the real worst. That's fine. This is fun.
All right. So, as you guys make your way through the rock slide, you are led by Stevert, not much farther from this area. And you come to a kind of like an open kind of quarry looking area, with a number of little like huts that have been built out of rock and stone and mud. And you see lots of different creatures here, all kind of looking like covered in kind of like mining attire. You see the small forms of other Briganock, each being followed by a little ball of light. Great big forms of like earth elementals, creatures that just almost looking like they're just like made out of boulders, like chiseled stone. Not quite like a gargoyle. It's a little less detailed than that. And the and they all kind of like give you odd looks as you make your way through this little mining town. And you eventually make it to a larger hut that Stevert leads you into, and he says, Tenor, we've got visitors. Which actually only, I think only Cat would understand him because he says it in Sylvan. Does anybody else speak Sylvan?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So was that B that said that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So B would also understand, as he calls out in Sylvan. And you can see from kind of the second floor of this tall hut, you can see a squat, kind of furry looking creature, almost like a gnome. If someone had kind of like made like a gnome extra squat. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. But like in addition to kind of looking like a gnome, kind of like made out of stone, he also has like goat legs. And you can see that he is slowly descending down from the second story, as there's no stairs in this building. Descending down on a rope that, at closer inspection, looks to be made out of his own hair.
Fucking Rapunzel.
This would be the weirdest adaptation of Rapunzel.
I mean, listen. I wouldn't put it past you, okay?
Climb up Rapunzel's tower. There's just a squat, a little like squat gnome, like almost satyr looking thing with just like super long dreadlocks.
Be very weird indeed.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and you can see that the two of them kind of talk in hushed tones for a little bit before he turns to you and he starts to speak, which Stewart will translate for those that don't speak Sylvan. And he says, well, I welcome you to Rocktown. I am Tenor, the keeper of stone and metal down here. We mine all kinds of things down here. Stevert tells me that you are looking to get out of the forest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that is something that we can help with. However, I would ask that you would do something for us in exchange.
Seems fair.
All right. Well, Stever told me that you've already talked about it, but several of our Briganock brethren have gone missing in the last couple weeks. Some of them have turned up dead. like the one that you found earlier. I would like you to find what is doing this and take care of it so that my people stop dying.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Is there any information you can give us? A place we can start looking?
Yes, I have communed with the stone, and from what the stone can tell me, there is a new denizen uh, deep underground that I believe to be the cause of this. I've already sent a couple scouts down to deal with it. They did not return. It seems it has made a nest for itself in a place that, well, we used to call it the Bright Grove. It was a cave where a lot of bioluminescent mushrooms used to grow. However, from what we can gather from the few scouts that have come back without seeing the creature themselves, all of the mushrooms are gone.
Okay. So we should start there?
That is where I think you will find, if not the creature itself, at least its trail, which you would be able to follow.
Do you have
In
any
theory, we can, yes.
in theory? Do you have any like books or pamphlets or like Dummy's Guide to Luminescent Mushrooms in case we find them so we don't like touch one and die?
The mushrooms are not poisonous.
Are they good for other stuff?
I don't understand what you mean.
I don't know, I'm just curious about them.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to inspect the mushrooms for any other purpose. If you find any, as I mentioned, they seem to all be gone.
Right. Okay.
Mike, do we know about how much time we have?
I don't believe so,
Great.
because I think someone tried to survival check that and didn't do very well.
Yeah, we failed at the top of the hill.
Yeah,
Right? We did, didn't we?
yeah.
Cool. All right. I mean, do we think we should ask this guy? Do you think he would know?
Worth a shot.
Before we go, just one more question. I think one more question. While we were still out in the forest, we were told we would have a limited amount of time to get out. Do you happen to have an idea of how much time we might have left?
I do not. I do not go to the surface. So
That's fair.
Would anyone here know?
we don't usually concern ourselves with what goes on above ground.
Well, then we should get moving, shouldn't we?
Sounds like it.
Did he give us directions, or are we gonna need like a guide?
Stevert has already volunteered to show you the way.
Wonderful.
All right. With that, do you guys head out?
I guess we're heading out.
All right. So, you leave this hut, and Stevert leads you guys back out of Rocktown, into another mine shaft. A mine shaft that descends down a lot to a lower level. At one point, you pass through a big open cave. Was lots of kind of like flying creatures off in the distance that you can't quite make out outside of your torchlight. You continuing along the kind of the mine tracks that cut through this open chamber. You pass by several kind of like natural kind of subterranean lakes, and eventually Sievert says, all right, so this next room is going to be where the Bright Grove's supposed to be. I haven't been here myself a long time, so I don't know what the state of it is. But I'll be right here to help if anything goes awry.
Thanks. Do you want me to sneak ahead a little bit and see if there's anything in there waiting for us?
You asking the party?
Asking the group.
Okay.
I mean, if you think you can be sneaky enough, by all means.
Yeah, I don't see a downside unless something happens to you.
Well, if you hear me screaming, then assume something has happened. Am I still carrying Stevert?
Yep.
Stevert, do you want to come with me, or I can hand you off to one of my companions?
Well, if we all go, I can cast Pass Without Trace, so we're all a bit, more hidden. That might be better if this is one of the offending rooms than sending in one person solo.
Yeah, maybe we try sticking together for once.
No! Never!
Either that
We'll all go
or
together.
just Ruby and me.
Oh
be
yeah,
fine.
you know what? That's
No, that sounds like a terrible combination. No, I told you
What do you
we
mean?
would go.
It went
I know. I
wonderful
promised you
in
that
the
we would go.
in the building.
and someday you and I will get to sneak off again because I promised
Okay.
you we would go steal something. But
Okay.
I don't think today's the day. We're on a time crunch.
Exactly. You know, I was just proving my point.
Huh?
I have another question that I keep asking Mike.
Okay.
Have I finished short resting yet?
Have you been short resting this entire time?
Yeah,
You gotta
I was
piggyback
being
from-
carried.
God. Then yes, you would have completed a short rest by now.
Thank you. I won't do that often. I feel bad.
Often.
But I needed it. Actually, you're right. I'm greedy. I will do it often.
Yeah.
This is why you're my best friend.
Well, until I get a piggyback ride from you next, you won't get another one from me.
Oh, don't worry.
Fair, sir.
I'll pay you back. It'll be great. Okay, I cast.
Let's all
Pass Without
sneak
Trace.
together.
All right.
Like another one of my spells isn't even going to be
Yep.
castable down here.
Group stealth check with a +10 on top.
I'm so scared.
Whoops.
I can't roll today either. Oh well. Let's...
Woo! Look
Yay!
at me!
2 in a row.
Oh, gave her.
I'm like whispering at no, at Malkir. Malkir, Falcrum. What are names? I don't know names at
Oh
Falcrum.
my god.
I know. I'm like,
It's because
oh
we're
my
both
gosh.
green. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I wear green. Malkir is green. She gets confused.
I do. Colors are hard, man. Why do you think I'm monochromatic?
We went with the black and white specifically for this purpose.
Yeah.
All right. So, as a 21, a 35. There's rubies. One, 4, 16, 25, 32, and 29 and 18. All right. You all feel very stealthy. So, you make your way into this next chamber.
I also cast
Which-
mage armor on myself.
Okay, I assumed you already had it.
Listen, I keep forgetting it's a thing.
Okay.
Leave me
Okay.
I'm
Fair
new
enough.
to being wizard squishy.
Yeah, you make your way into this next chamber, and I'm assuming you still have the light sources up so that people can see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is less about being unnoticed and more about being quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you, as you make your way into this chamber, you can see that there is like a kind of like a thick layer of like fungus growing all throughout this chamber. To which Stevert says, "Well, that's strange. The mushrooms are still here. They're just not lit up anymore."
It's odd.
Did they used to glow 100% at a time?
Yeah. Yeah, you would come into the chamber, they'd already be all lit up. It was beautiful.
Is there moss on all of the mushrooms? Like maybe covering them? That's me asking, Mike.
Was it? I mean, moss, fungus, there's all kinds of different types of fungus in like this chamber, both moss and like the more kind of like the bell fungus and like I can never remember how to pronounce it. Is it lichen or lichen?
I think it's
Lichen.
lichen.
It is lichen. Okay. Like it's like there's all kinds of different fungus here. And they don't seem to be like blocking like the light that other fungus would make. It's just all the fungus has gone dark.
Okay. Kit, I wanna poke it. No objection? Okay, good. I'm gonna go over to a mushroom.
I was muted, but I definitely said don't touch anything.
Oh, dang it! I was gonna do it.
I didn't realize. I was like, what are you doing? Stop touching things. I was like, fuck, she doesn't hear me. Stop, no!
I knew I should have just done it and asked forgiveness instead of permission. But I was a part of the plant people. And I'm curious.
I know that, but can we maybe poke around after?
Okay. Right, we're looking for lost, cute little guys.
You know, we should have asked what the new denizen down here looked like. That would have been a useful
mean,
question.
Well,
Maybe.
from what Tanner said, nobody got a good look at it.
Oh, okay.
They either didn't come back or they didn't find it. They just found
Okay.
that this whole area looked wrong.
I guess step 1, look for tracks?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Incoming survival checks.
Yep.
I cast guidance on myself.
All right. Anyone that would like to look for tracks amidst the fungus can make a survival check.
Oh boy.
I did.
Well, let's see. Oh shit. Okay.
Dang, Kit today. I still can't roll above 10, but that's okay.
Saved by Jack of all trades.
Nice.
So yeah, as you all kind of like are looking around,
Be awesome.
yep. B and Kit would be the first to notice the tracks, but slowly you all kind of notice that there's tracks all over this chamber. Kind of hidden amongst the fungus, you can see what looks to be big paw prints. And I would say with B and Kit's high survival, both of you can tell that the paw prints belong to a lion.
A lion?
Huh.
Yeah, like large kind of like large feline cats, like big cats like a lion, a tiger, but this one's specifically a lion.
It's just like, do lions live underground?
Not usually.
I think so.
Huh.
Any
Weird.
other tracks, or is it just lion? Do there happen to be hoof prints also?
It's not a chimera.
I've heard one
Don't
really bad.
worry. That was also my thought.
I was like, is he about to be like, you saw lion prints, but you didn't look for the hoof print?
Oh my god.
And be like, ah, 2 for
No,
2, bitches.
there are no hoof prints. It is just the lion tracks.
Okay.
Then I suppose we follow the footprints, the paw prints.
All right. Well, like I said, they kind of move all around this chamber, like this creature has kind of like spent a lot of time in this chamber. But you do notice that they all kind of congregate, in like an area of the cave where like the mushrooms have kind of been like kind of flattened down, as if someone or something has been sleeping here.
Is there another exit from this room?
There is not.
So just the one we came through?
Just the one you came through.
How tall is this room?
I'd say like it goes up like a good like 20 feet.
Nothing above us, right?
More fungus.
But not something
A
with
lion.
not something with lion feet.
Not a lie.
No, there's not a lion on the ceiling. If that's what you're asking.
Hey man,
Question.
Listen,
cats do some weird shit sometimes.
Yes, we do.
I wasn't prepared to go without asking the question.
I'm impressed because people usually don't ask what's directly above me.
But that Zelda taught me to. I mean, since I rested, I could turn into something that has a good nose and try and follow its scent instead. That might be easier than the tracks.
Well, if we weren't on a time crunch, I would say we just
Wait,
wait here, but
we are.
we are. It's hard to
Yeah,
say when it'll come back.
that's what I had thought originally too.
And the tracks didn't lead anywhere else but here, right? Or did they go off in other?
Well, you guys have only looked at the tracks in here. You haven't looked to see outside the chamber if there's tracks outside.
We're so
Follow-
good at this.
Yeah,
We are.
we're great at survival. Can we follow the tracks that leave?
All right.
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep the same survival. So yeah, B and Kit would both see the tracks outside of the fungus cave, where you can see that the tracks kind of split off and go in different directions from here. But with the 21, the two of you can figure out which tracks are the most recent tracks and can follow those.
We do that.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, before we walk out of the room, can I just like take like a rock or something, like a loose rock, and throw it through the space where it looks like it maybe was nesting down?
Trying to see if it's.
It's hiding. Gonna stop it.
It's invisible or something.
Yeah, good. Good
Oh
boy.
my god. Make a dexterity check. Yeah, you throw the rock. It lands right in the kind of flat area of the fungus. It clangs around for a little bit. Nothing happens.
Great. All right, let's go.
Kid, I think that means it's safe. I'm gonna take a mushroom with moss on it and put it in a pouch. and put the
Okay.
pouch
You do
in
that while I'm
my-
not looking. I'm like looking at
I know.
tracks, and you're like, yoink.
I go over and I fully say, I think that means a safe cut pouch,
All
and
right.
bag of holding.
Yeah. Nothing happens.
I like turn around as you're putting it in the bag, and I'm just like.
All right.
I put no longer bioluminescent mushroom with moss. And we follow the tracks.
Okay. So, you guys follow the tracks for I'd say another like 20-30 minutes. And you can see that as you kind of come to another chamber, it seems the tracks have kind of almost like abruptly stopped.
Can I have a magnifying glass. Can I pull out my magnifying glass and inspect the final trap or track?
Okay.
Maybe it like jumped or something, or who knows?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a investigation check.
I think the magnifying glass gives advantage? Question mark? I don't really know. I've never had
I
one.
don't think it helps. I
Oh.
think it's just a magnifying glass.
And it helps you see details, though. Okay, it's fine. Perception?
Investigation.
Investigation.
All right. Yeah, with that investigation, you can tell that this creature, it seemed to leap away from where the tracks end. I will also, with your investigation, I will also give you the added information that that kind of like leaping is in 2 spots, which makes you believe that there is more than one creature.
Oh. I'll say. I think there's more than one. Look, jumped from there and jumped from there.
Jumped where?
Is there anything? Oh.
You can't tell exactly where it jumped to. You just know that it jumped away from this spot.
I just know it jumped away.
Then I suppose we should keep going in that direction.
They jumped away. Anyway. Yeah. I guess.
All right.
Keep walking.
You walk into this chamber, which is kind of like a rocky crag like chamber. Shadows being kind of bouncing off of the stone from where your various light sources kind of pop up. And as you make your way through the chamber, Fulcrum, your torch suddenly snuffs out,
Ooh.
and Casper, your light cantrip, significantly diminishes to the point where it is only spreading dim light out to the range the bright light normally kind of
Oh boy.
shoots out. And you can hear a scrambling as climbing up over one of these crags, looking down at all of you. You see a pair of what would look like lions, except that their heads are very different. Body of a lion, but where their heads would be, you see it's the same basic shape of a normal kind of like feline head, except that there is no mouth and no nose. It's just like a kind of a blank snout. And it's the rest of its head is covered in these large kind of bulbous orbs that all kind of look in different directions with little pupils, as these kind of bulbous eyes look at each and every one of you. And coming off of the side and top of its head are these three kind of long trunks that kind of like pulse with every slight movement that you make.
I
And
hate it.
these,
What?
these
Huh?
as you look at these strange alien creatures, they leap down. One headed for Casper, and the other one headed for Ruby. And at that point, I think we're actually going to end a little early tonight, seeing how Nestor doesn't have his computer, and I don't want to try and figure out how to run his character.
It's fair.
Yeah, that
I mean,
makes
that's
sense.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess we are going to end the stream a little early tonight. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you. Are we playing next week? Assuming,
Yeah,
yes?
should be, yeah.
I won't be home. I will be
here.
I'll be at my dad's place, but I'll bring my iPad, so I should still be good to play.
I will be
If
out
anything
of the
changes.
country.
Oh, that's right. B.
Ooh.
I think Taylor said she was going to leave.
Yeah, I'm gone for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also wouldn't be able to play on the 27th.
Yeah, I'm flying home on the 28th.
I see. Okay. Well, if B is slightly
I
easier
can-
character to play.
I was gonna say I just
Yeah.
monked.
Yeah.
I can monk again. That's not
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Things.
I don't want
Punch
to
things.
throw the homebrew class onto anyone. That's
Yeah.
the main reason
Yeah.
why we're not doing it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, if it's all right with Taylor, we can play.
Yeah.
Before she gets back. But Tori, you said you're going to be on your iPad. Would you be able to run 2 characters on an iPad?
I also was monk, so I can do it if she can't.
I was gonna say, yeah, she can do it next week, and then worst case scenario, I can pick up the week after. We can trade off. It's easy
Okay.
peasy.
All right.
I-
Then...
I won't be here the 27th because that's
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving weekend. That's Thanksgiving weekend, and I'll be out of town.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we probably just go with we're not playing on the 27th then.
Yeah, we'll play next week, and then we just won't play on the 27th.
All right, that sounds good. I'll end the stream here, so thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week.
Good night.
Bye.